Hi, it's almost equinox, okay? So, what have the last 3 months been like for you? Are you in balance? Have you been out of balance? What's your balance? Hey, Max, how are you? Nice to see you. So, let's find your balance. All right, here we are. Um, the Page of Swords. So, hey, Amy. Hey, Jalicia. So, swords are about thoughts and ideas. They're the mental realm. So, what this says is that there's an idea because pages are messengers. So, there's thoughts and ideas coming to you about, well, we're not quite sure whatever you've been thinking about. So, look for those, will you? All right. So let's see, who else did Amy, this one is for you. Okay. Oh, contentment. The Nine of Cups. Cups are the emotional realm. They're water. They're mutable. They're fluid. And the nine is completion. So emotionally, you might feel content. What I'm going to challenge you on is, are you in bliss? You may be content. And the reason I'm asking this is because, just a second, I'm going to shift my screen here so you can see more of this. There you go. Okay, it's because he has his arms closed. Whenever I see that, I see someone with their arms closed, it means that they're not really listening and thus they're not really communicating. So, hey Megan, hey Sandra, John, Susan, Jennifer, Siobhan. So welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. So when you notice, and this is for all of us, when you notice that you're listening to somebody, but you're sitting there with your arms crossed and you're going, well, I'm just cold. Well, open your arms, open your heart and feel yourself warm up. So there's a good tip for you, Amy. And the other thing is, here's a really magical one. You just say, I open fully to give and receive love. I open fully to give and receive love. So there you go. That can be your mantra for a while. Talicia, hi. Roxanne, nice to see you guys. Talicia, this one is for you. Victory. So wands are passion. They're the element of fire. They're connection to the divine. They're that impetus that gets us up in the morning and gets going. It's a 6. Hey, Karen, it's about balance. So this particular person on his white horse here has been out at battle. And the reason I know that is because I know the cards. So you've come through the lesson victorious. So whatever your lesson was, there's victory. It used to be in the olden times that we would use laurel wreaths for crowns. And so know that whatever spiritual struggle you've been having, you're going to be victorious. If you need help with this, message me. I'm perfectly capable, willing, and ready to be of assistance to you. So if you need it, pick it up. All right. Siobhan, this one is for you. Let's see what we can get, shall we? Oh, the King of Cups. Mastery of the emotions. Cups, water, fluidity. You can see that this dude is out there sitting on a big old hunk of concrete. Back over here is a dolphin coming up from the unconscious. That unconscious stuff doesn't knock you off your throne. This is the ability to master our emotions, not get caught up in them, not to think that, oh, I feel like this and I'm always going to feel like this, or that, oh, I feel like this and I'm always going to feel like this. We're meant, emotions are energy in motion. When you hold on to them too tight, just like when you hold on to someone too tight, all they want to do is go. So don't hold on. Let the emotion come up. Feel it for 16 seconds. And I'm betting, and this is good for all of us, Hey, Donna. So I'm betting that holding on to a positive emotion for 16 seconds is more difficult than holding on to a negative emotion. Think about it. You had some crap happen 10 years ago. You can dig it all up, you can make the tears all come. Do you know something happy from 10 years ago that you can bring up and that makes you smile and be joyful and sing a sweet song? So we're usually tracking the negative rather than tracking the positive. Let's track the positive, why don't we? All right. So there you go, sweetie. Talk to you later. All right, Jennifer, here's one for you. Ah, look at that. Queen of Pentacles, nice balance to the King of Cups there. They're a great couple. So she is all about that Aries energy. And she's got the bull helping her. So she's very grounded. She is a little bit fixated on her pentacle here. And the pentacle is money and property and tangible things. It's the element of earth. The table in front of me is that the laptop I'm recording on, earth. It's all earth, concrete things that you can hold on to. The caution here is that very often we get attached to, and I did a little teaching over on Enlightened Spiritual Warriors. So if you haven't joined yet, I'll drop a link down there. Join us, because I do interesting stuff at least once a week. So attachment. When we have expectations, and she clearly has them because she's holding on to this pentacle. When we have those and we attach them to our happiness, what you're going to find is when you're temporarily short of cash, you're going to be in the doldrums. When you have cash, it's like, whoa, okay. Or when you have anything, and it makes you feel more excited, then you can know that you have an attachment to that. Because, like we all want to believe, but oftentimes can't concretize in our body, is that money doesn't make us happy. You know what makes us happy? What I found anyway, having access to things allows me to be able to utilize them and to not have to possess them, just have access. You have access to restaurants, you have access to coffee shop. You don't have to own the restaurant to be able to dine there. So think about that in terms of everything in your life. So there you go. Blessings, everyone. All right, Susan, this one is for you. The Hermit. It's time for you to take a time out. So the Hermit says, go to the mountain, learn the lesson, and hold the light out for someone else. Okay. So if you don't have time for a vision quest that you can actually plan and go on for a certain number of days, then my suggestion to you is that you use a Friday after work, if you're a working person, all the way to the following Sunday night, or even if you can, Monday morning. Unplug, close your curtains, do inner work, meditate, cook, minimally though, do it ahead of time, so that what you can do is spend those times with yourself and look deeply into, first of all, creating your life. Okay. One of the things that I do on my 30-minute free consultations is we look at, where do you want to be? Well, you can't figure that out unless you look inside, first of all. So, and this is good for all of us, just for a couple of days or even a couple of hours, unplug, and don't make it be the time where, oh, I got to go to bed now, so I'm going to unplug. Make it be so that you actually have some time with yourself. Breathe, relax, read a book. Don't get stimulated by the outside world. Get stimulated by what's inside of you. So there you go. All right, John, this one is for you. The end of a karmic cycle. So what this is saying, and the reason that it swords, is because, from, I think his name is Mike Dooley, but he took it from Napoleon Hill, by the way, that thoughts are things. So we create in our mind something or other. And I just did a thing on Enlightened Spiritual Warrior. So if you're not an Enlightened Spiritual Warrior, join my free Facebook group. And I just did a teaching tonight about expectations. Expectations come from our brain up here, right? Sometimes we expect something, it turns out the way that we want it to, sometimes not. It's a thought. So, John, this is the end of the karmic cycle. Those thoughts have lived a vibrant life, maybe not so much, but they're done now. So that old thinking that you've got, it's okay to let it go. It's done. Now that karma is finished, and you have the opportunity for the new day dawning. So I'd love to hear how that turns out for you. Bliss. Okay, Megan, this one is for you. Ooh, I love it. So first of all, the cards that have the and something else underneath them, I don't think I've pointed it out yet tonight, but they're major arcana. There's only 22 in the whole deck of 78 cards. This particular one happens to be 18. So it starts with 0, the Fool, because only a fool goes on an adventure. Everybody else stays safe and cozy in their house. So you started an adventure. You've gone through lots of lessons. You've got all the way to the moon, number 18. It only goes to 22. 21 actually, because it starts with 0. So you're at 18. You're 3 away. And Sis says that emotionally things are up for you right now. However, because of the moon sitting up here, and if you go out tonight and have a look at the moon, it's just past half. By the time the moon is full and back to new again, emotionally things will have changed for you. So hold on to that. And this is good for all of us. Okay? And when you find a card that is useful for you, even if just for 1 week, okay? If you had one card a week, in 52 weeks, you will have gone through almost the entire deck. So find this card online in black and white, enlarge it, okay, and color it. Concretize it into your body, and then just watch over the course of this month how things change, evolve, dissolve, however. So there you go. Hey, Lobo, nice to see you. Chalicia, this one is for you. Oh, another major arcana. This is a huge card of incredible growth, because in order for us to grow, something has got to change, right? So this card says necessary destruction for positive reconstruction. So it's got to happen. You got to let it, the walls come tumbling down. You got to let them tumble. And then out of that supposed chaos, once the dust settles, then create your life. So a beautiful way for you to create your life is to look at your beliefs. If you, this is good for all of us. If we don't have what we want, then something, us, is out of vibrational alignment, because you cannot attract this like this if you're like this and this is going over here. Not a vibrational match. When you have what you want, what you desire, no matter who says what about it, when you've got that, you're or here's even better, no matter what you've got, you're in vibrational alignment with it. Now, we may not like that, but just know and start from that premise. If I have this in my life, I'm a vibrational alignment. I'm in vibrational alignment with it. I'm a vibrational match. If you don't like that, change your vibration. There you go. Do some hermit work. Let the tower fall. Build out of the chaos. The dust will settle. It always does. Just look at your shelves. There you go. All righty. Roxanne, this one is for you. Oh, you're being given an emotional gift. And it's a gift from the gods. If you can stop pouting long enough to accept it. And see the crossed arms here? Earlier I talked about how if you're in conversation with someone and their arms are crossed, chances are you're not getting through to them. You're not getting to their heart for sure. Okay? So this person is being offered an emotional gift. Their arms are crossed. They've got 3 cups that are set up. It's all in balance. They're being offered more. And yet there's a resistance to receiving. So check your resistance. It's one of those things that, you used to check your guns at the door going into a tavern. So now you can check your resistance at the door, your own resistance, because your desires come from within. They're desire of the Father. Sire is Father. So, when we think we want something, we're not spiritual. When we think that if I'm passionate about something and I'm loud about it, well, that's not spiritual. But it's energy in motion. Your desires come through you from the divine to be actualized through this body. And if you have this idea that it's something other than that, they're shallow or superficial, or you're not worthy, or they're not worthy, then you're missing some of the gifts from the divine. So there you go. Hey, Melissa. Hi, Diane. Nunyan, nice to see you. So good. Okay. Karen, this one is for you. Well, apparently you're juggling some money just at the moment. Your ship is on its way in. You can quite well handle this juggling that you're doing. You might not like it, but you have a lot of experience doing this. Do not worry that you won't be able to handle it, because one ship is coming in, you've got another one back out there, you're going to be okay. So there you go. Take that to the bank, eh? Michelle, this one is for you. So, in the olden days when my students and some clients would give me tobacco, I would say, the PUD is not interested in tobacco. So you have a beautiful thing for you to do is to be able to trade in the commodity that is most useful for you. And if you have an idea that your gifts that you are wanting to bring out into the world don't have enough value that you can charge for them. So that's a belief that you can really have a look at. Where did it come from? Is it serving you? What's it costing you? So there you go. Take that one to the bank. All right. Michelle, this one's for you. Oh, I did? Okay. So Michelle, I was going to give you 2. So I think I just will, because apparently this one is important because I went back. So this is being over analytical. So I'm going to pull up the last card. Okay, here we go. So you had this one, and you might be fretting yourself about this a little too much. So this is a give it a rest. When you're juggling, if you start thinking about all the balls you've got in the air, they're going to fall down. But if you don't overanalyze, the possibility that you can contend with, do well in your juggling, excel at it, is probably pretty great. So no more analyzing, no more overanalyzing for sure. You got this. All right. Donna, this one is for you. So passion, fire, drive, connection to the divine. So that's what wands are. So this says, just like a couple cards ago, we saw the ships going out. You're sending your ships out now. You've come a long way. You still have a long way to go. And you've staked your territory. And I know that because of this wand and this wand here, but you have a walking stick. So you're on an adventure. You've come a long way. You've still got a long way to go. Allow it to be a spiritual adventure. You know well how to do physical adventures, maybe even emotional adventures. So combine spirit and emotion and physical all together, the three wands. So there you go. Because wands are about the body, mind, and spirit coming together. So blessings on this journey. All right. Sandra, this one is for you. So we just had the three of wands. Now we're looking at the two of wands. So this is important because we're getting them back to back. So for all of us, we get to look at our connection to the divine. This says, Sandra, that you are at a crossroads, but you've already made your decision. How do I know? Because of this wand back here. It is completely attached to the balustrade. I don't know if that's the right word, but I like that word. So, to this cement wall here, right? Okay, the other one is a walking stick that I just mentioned in the card prior to this. You are crystal gazing as if someone outside of yourself knows everything that you know. You've made the decision. Now it's okay for you to take the next step. So there you go. All righty. This is for Karen Robbins. Oh, happy, happy, joy, joy. So this is beyond contentment into the happiness that I call bliss. Because I believe we're all here to live in bliss, and anything else is BS. Now that doesn't mean I don't fall on my nose. You saw it this summer, got a little Band-Aid there and all of that stuff. But come back to peace and harmony. And that's what this says. Like the cups are a rainbow in the sky. Cups are emotions. They're mutable. They're water. They're fluid. But this says a happy home life. Lots of beautiful things coming. This is a view of bliss. Not the only one, but one. Okay, there you go. So once again, if you find these cards resonate with you, if you go, I'm loving that, or I'm not loving that, that's also a resonance, you know. So if it happens, then find them online, enlarge them in black and white, and color them. It concretizes it in your body. Okay, so also, I just want you to know, talking about concretizing thing, tomorrow evening, I've got a webinar at 7:30. I'll put a link down here as well, where you can register and you can join me. I'm going to take you on a shamanic journey to find your power animal. So if you've been wanting to know about that, if you've been curious about that, tomorrow night, 7:30, tune into my webinar. Okay, so how about that for a little advertisement? Ryan, I haven't seen you for a while, but maybe I haven't been visible. So there you go. No more self-sacrifice. Geez, I don't think this is the first time I've seen this card for you. So whatever you're doing, you can do it. Look, if you've got a nimbus around your head here, you're getting brownie points somewhere. A nimbus is like a halo. So you can do it. But why would you want to sacrifice yourself? And what kind of modeling could that be for other people? Okay, I'm going to let that sink in for a second. Okay, all right. No more self-sacrifice. Come on down from the T-bar. Okay, and you can do it. And the way that you can do it in the practical world and to release yourself from this is to do the yoga pose called the tree. Find the balance. The balance isn't always in hanging upside down. So there you go. Blessings. All right. Logos de Soul. This is for you. The King of Wands. So see the little lizard down here? Wakes up your dreams. Lizards wake up your dreams. So this dude, the king, is fixated on his wand, his passion, his fire, his drive, his connection to the divine, bringing the body, mind, and spirit into alignment. But he's fixated. So whenever we're fixated on something and everything else around us isn't seen, so sometimes, even if you're moving in a certain direction, it's okay to go over here and get distracted. It's also okay to go over here and get clear. We're still moving in that direction. So wake up your dreams, take a moment, go aside, put things aside. And like I was talking about just a few minutes ago, a small vision quest, an afternoon, 2 or 3 days by yourself, looking deeply inside about what you want is a beautiful thing. And if you haven't had one of my fun sessions looking into your upcoming year, where do you want to be in a year? Then, private message me and we'll hook you up with me. See ya. All right, Heather, this one is for you. I'm going to go way around the corner over here. Gift of love. So, see the hand here coming out of the sky? All right. So, hey, Jeff. Hey, Rhea. Marcia, nice to see you. Judy, how sweet. And Carrie Jo, nice to see you. All right. So, here we have a gift from the gods of love. Overflowing love. You're not going to be able to keep it in. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean a person or a group of people. Sometimes we just discover that we are love, and that love just overflows and outpours. So you can look for that, okay? And let me know how it looks to you. That'd be fun. Okay, Ed, this one is for you. Ooh, I love this card. All right. Pentacles, money, property, tangible things. 9, completion. You have enough time, money, energy, resources to train a falcon. So first you got to find a falcon, then you got to capture it, then you got to figure out how to put its little hood on and teach it to take food out of your hand. So if you have been worrying, wondering, troubling yourself, and we all do, do I have the resources? Then know that you do. And this is one of the most beautiful cards. It's completely androgynous. You have no idea. Masculine, feminine, none of that. But it speaks to all of us. Because what do we all want? We all want the time, the resources, and the ability to do the things that are important to us. I call it freedom. And so, is it one of your non-negotiables? And if not, why not? And have you even thought about that? Have you thought about your non-negotiables? That's a big think. And you might want to take a little vision quest and do that. So there you go. Steve, this one is for you. The Queen of Swords. What I love about this woman is, first of all, she's got some angelic help. She's all about transformation. See right down here, butterflies and a little cherub up here. So she's got heart and mind together. And she says, we're going this direction. I've got this idea. So look for her. And, we each have a masculine side and a feminine side that we match up, or we want to match up. We want them to be in balance. And equinox is about this. So for the next little bit, all of us all of you beautiful people out there, look at your masculine side, which is the right side of the body. Look at your feminine side, the left side of the body. The feminine receives, passes it through her heart, and takes action. And that's my concept of that. Might not be anybody else's. But this woman says there's an action to be taken. So, have your masculine and your feminine in conversation. Look for where the feminine says, I want to go this way. That's your intuition. So I'm going to announce this tomorrow night on my webinar, but I'll give you a heads up tonight. I'm going to be doing a class called Deepen Your Intuition. It's going to be 6, maybe we'll have a fun 7th week. Not quite sure about that as a celebration. 7th week would be wonderful, but I'm going to have at least a 6-week class where I teach you through a shamanic journey to find your intuition. Just like the one tomorrow night is about your power animal, this one is going to be finding your intuition and then following it, and how to pay attention to it, how to know that you have one, and how to know that it can guide you into places you haven't been before. So watch out for that. All right, Keith, this one is for you. I'm going way to the bottom. Ooh, beautiful. So the Hierophant, first of all, it's a 5. So this is a lesson. So Keith, I'm pretty sure you're aware of this. So maybe this is just a little reminder that you have all the keys right down here. The Hierophant is about being an authority. It's that Saturnian kind of energy. But look, you're sitting on the throne. You're not one of these two dudes here who is saying, why? Why do we need to do it this way? Why is that happening? You're the one that people come to. You're the authority. So it's okay for you to embody that and to be willing to learn the lessons so that others can accept theirs through you. So there you go. Blessings. All right. Nunyan, this one is for you. Ooh. All right. Pentacles, money, property, tangible things. 10. Enough to pass on a legacy. This is awesome. I'm going to put this card really close. You can see everyone in this picture is touching someone else. The little boy's touching the dog. The old man's touching the dog. The couple are touching each other. The little boy's touching both of them. This is a card that says, this is where the idea that money is everything. Money is just a tool that allows you to touch people. So think about that. Think about where you buy your coffee and how you touch that person there. If you leave a tip for your coffee, you really touch that person. It's merely a tool. So, when we are resisting it or out of alignment with it, then it causes for waves, rupture, and all of that. So let's bring that into balance. Diane, this one is for you. Oh, the Star, another major arcana. So Don Miguel Ruiz wrote a beautiful book called The Fifth Agreement. He did it with his son. And when he did his fourth agreement, his book, The Fourth Agreement, it was kind of not quite understandable, to me anyway. When he wrote it with his son, it became so much more understandable to me. So this says it's time for you to be the star of your life. The reason that I referenced Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Fifth Agreement, is because it talks about that very thing in his book. His agreements are: don't take anything personally, always do your best, speak your impeccable word, don't make any assumptions, and listen but be skeptical. Because what he says, and when you're the star, you're listening, and you're listening for underneath, okay? Because we have 2 legs, we have an agenda. We can't help ourselves. It would be lovely if we could, but we can't. Not yet anyway. So everyone will have an agenda, and so listen to what they're saying, but be curious about Why are they saying it? What's there? And what's there for you is a really good question. That makes you the star. There you go. All right. Melissa, this one is for you. Okay. In order for there to be new growth, there has got to be old growth falling away. There's got to be a death. So allow it to happen. It is a trip to a higher path, to more enlightenment. When we hold on, and right now this is part of what we're going through globally, is we are feeling the death throes of the old way. And we're already beginning to grieve in the process. We haven't created yet the new way. And so we're in that place where we're letting things die and compost. And, it's stinky, it's smelly, it's chaotic. Throw a bunch of apples into a bin and leave them for a while. After a while, you got fruit flies, you got stinky stuff. Well, that's what we're going through right now. So, put some nice stuff up your nose so you can smell that, and don't resist. Allow the old stuff to fall away. It's not really serving us anyway. All right, David, this one is for you. Page of Pentacles. So a message is coming for you from the physical world, material world, money, property, tangible things. If you've been wanting to invest in something, because it feels like it's not like you're lacking in abundance, it feels like you're wanting to do something with the abundance. So if you've been waiting for some information, it's on its way to you. So there you go. All righty. Karen Bailey, this one is for you. All right. Well, so you have risen above a number of things. The wands are passion, fire, desire, connection to the divine. And so you have risen above it. It's important for you to hold on to your stance, stand your ground, because there's going to be people saying, oh, come on back and play over here. That you've already done that. You have risen above that. So when you hear this, you want to use that wand up here for balance. This is particularly in the next few days as we move through the equinox. You want to be in balance. And one of the ways that I did this recently is I was walking along with somebody on the sidewalk, and I walked right on the edge, so that I was walking in the sidewalk, and then there's a little part that's a curb. So I was walking along the curb to retain that balance in my physical body. So that's a good way to do it. You can get one of those sticks, you can play with that, but it's important for all of us to come into balance right now. So use the next few days to do tree pose, to walk on the edge of the curb, to get one of those sticks and play with it while you're walking on the edge of the curb, or maybe while you're doing the tree pose, because it's part of a tree, that stick. So whatever way you're going to find a place that you can find some balance in the next few days. So there you go. Carrie Jo, hey, how are you? So Page of Cups. Message coming from apparently the cup here. We have a dolphin jumping out. That's something from the unconscious coming into consciousness. So watch for that. If you're feeling knocked off balance, because sometimes when things bubble up for the unconscious, we may have been kind of pushing them down so we didn't have to look at them. When they bubble up, sometimes they can kind of knock us up center. So, find a way to bring yourself grounded. Like a stone in your pocket would be an excellent idea. A black stone. Doesn't have to be shiny. You can find it outdoors, on your walk, whatever. Just put it in your pocket and stay grounded. So there you are. All righty. Marcia, this one is for you. Oh, you're going to have a party. And the way that I know this is because this is the party card of all 78 cards. It's cups. It's a celebration. It's uplifting. It might be with girlfriends, but it might not just be with them. This is a celebrate life. And, when I keep talking about balance, if you're feeling things deeply and they're disturbing you, then find some things that you can find feel deeply that do that other thing from disturbing you. So if somebody's got a great word for that, they can pop it in over there. But whatever the opposite of being disturbed is. So there you go. So yeah, you want to have a party. You want to invite people. You want to celebrate life as it is just now. So there you go. Beautiful. Let me know if you have that party. Okay. Judy, this one is for you. The Queen of Wands. So the thing that I love about this card and about this woman, I see her as being like a cousin or a sister, a little sister to the High Priestess. The High Priestess knows how to manifest because she uses a familiar. Right? We have power animals. I'm doing the webinar tomorrow night about discover your power animal, and there'll be a link down there so you can register and join. But she has that. She has a power animal. She has a familiar. She knows how to use her power, and she believes, see the sunflower over here? She believes everything is going to be all right, because she's connected to the divine. She's got that walking stick that I've been talking about all night long. You'll hear me in other Facebook Lives. I'm not talking about the walking stick. Tonight, I'm talking about the walking stick. I'm talking about the balance. I'm talking about standing your ground. And I'm talking about moving ourselves forward with divine guidance. So this is a beautiful ally to do that, to get grounded with her, to ask her, what am I supposed to be doing here? What is my mission? What are my dreams? Let's wake them up and let's get a move on. She brings the body, mind, and spirit together in a powerful Leo the lion kind of way. So watch for that. All righty. Rhea, this one is for you. No more despair. So 9, completion. You're done with this. So one of the things that I talk about a lot is that we make up stories in the 3 pounds that are lodged up there, and we begin to live out of the stories. Okay, we decide that someone is going to move away, we'll never see them, blah, blah, blah. Or that our boss didn't compliment us in the way that we wanted to be complimented, or we don't even compliment ourselves in the way that we want to be complimented. So we get into this mental thing. We rummage around, we live in it as if it's real. Take a moment for that one. And then we start running around in the world as if this made up story is true. So we start treating people like like their made up story. And so, we think we're disconnected from them. We think they don't like us. Whatever other interesting, sad stories. We don't create a great story about, oh my God, my boss is just going to, recognize how amazing I am. They're going to give me a big bouquet of flowers, and then call that into being. We don't do that. We don't create that someone is moving away and we're going to see them every 3 months because we're going to plan these. We don't do that. We do the opposite. We go, this brain up here is reptilian driven. So it's going to look for the fear, not the love. So this card is one for really breaking that cycle. Throw those stupid swords away. Create a new story. Move out of despair and move. Get your body up, put on some music. And this is for everybody. After we're done, throw some music on, jump around, get your body moving. It'll be like Geez, it'll be like 9 o'clock. It's not time for bed yet, everybody. All right. So I'm done now. Well, we'll see, won't we? All right, Jeff, this one is for you. Oh, lovely. This is the Fool card. It all begins with this guy, because otherwise we'd all be safe and in our little homes and we'd still live in caves. So dang this guy, eh? So a brand new journey. Do not wait for the next step to be revealed. Take the step and watch it come into actualization. Watch it appear in front of you. So beautiful card for you. I'd love to hear what the journey's all about. So there you go. Christine, this one is for you. The Emperor, another major arcana. So Christine, my dear, if you have been noticing that you have been looking for the battle as opposed to going, can I just sit back here? Because this card is knowing when to growl and when to bite. He comes from love. See his scepter right there? That, however, is he's got this ram energy. So his love wants to bang heads with stuff. So this is about sit back, listen, and then decide, respond rather than reacting. So there you go. Awesome. All right, Fred, this one is for you. It's about resources, money, property, tangible things. It says that you have enough to give to others. And over here is a scale. So as you're giving, you also want to pull in. You want to be in reciprocity for the giving. You give and you receive. And you give and you receive. The receiving doesn't, and this is for all of us, when we give and we expect that person over there to give back to us, doesn't always happen. But when we give and we're open to receive from whoever gives to us, always happens. So this is for all of us. Don't get all upset if you give somebody something and they don't give you anything back. Get excited about giving and then waiting to see how the receiving comes back to you. So there you go, Fred. That's yours for tonight. All right. Atira, this one is for you. So don't sign any contracts until you look at the fine print, because it says that you or someone around you is being sneaky. So look at yourself, because have you ever done this? You're going along and you're doing something and then you bump into a belief and you go, whoa, I didn't know I thought that. So sometimes we hide them from ourselves. Sometimes other people hide it from us. And sometimes it's in a contract. So beware. All right. Tracy and Kim, I'm doing yours and then I'm hopping off. All right. So Tracy, 9, completion. You have come through it. You're on the other side. The wounding, I'm going to put it up close so you can see. The wounding that you have is a mental wounding, right? It is not physical. It's not spiritual. It's in your cranium, in your mental construct. Okay, when something happens to us and we're wounded, oftentimes, or we don't like it, we go over it and over it and over it and over it. And so this says, let it go. Let it be behind you. All right. So Kim, this one is for you. The Knight of Swords. All right. So this is a quest in the mental realm. Hey, Harjeet. Hi, Cindy. So a quest in the mental realm. You're looking for new ideas, new thoughts. But be mindful that this guy gets going so fast, just like our minds, and away we go, that he sometimes steps on and crushes things he doesn't want to crush. Okay? So be mindful of where you're putting your feet. All right. Harjeet, this one is for you. So nice to see you. Loved your picture on the horse. All right. So this is wands, passion, fire, um, connection to the divine. This is having a happy home where celebration happens. So the creation of a happy home where people come, they enjoy themselves, they celebrate life, and they even celebrate you, Harshit. How lovely is that? All right, Cindy, this one is for you. Strength. All right, strength. What she says, and she's an 8, and she has the infinity, the number 8 above her head. So go and look up the infinity sign and look up number 8. It'll be important to you. So what she says is that there is nothing to wrestle to the ground. If you look, I'm going to put it up close. You can see that the lion has his tongue out. She's not squishing his face, and his tail is tucked. He's a devotee. So devotees are about looking up to us. So whatever you're struggling with, have a look, okay? Have a look at what it is. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Hop on tomorrow night to my webinar. I'll put a link down here so you can register. Well, Miss Nita Lorraine Smith will do that because that's what she does. I do this other thing. And join us tomorrow night. Find your power animal and be nice to yourself and someone else. And bliss everybody. Bye-bye.